My dudes, what's going on? Today we're talking about RNG items from party dungeons. This is going to be a tier list based on progressing and not based on farming. Also, this list is the general 99% and not for the 1% Giga Chads. Where Twitch Chat and I had a group discussion where each item deserves placement. This is an edited version. I'll link the full 2-hour convo in the description below if you want to hear the full theory craft conversation. This was a ton of editing, so hit that sub button to be a legend and help me out. But enough the intro. Let's get into it.
First one that we're doing is Angel Light. And Angel Light, if you die, uses up the item and revives instantly without losing 2 RNG items, and also has a plus 20% drop rate. Okay, to be fair, Angel Light is not that great. Besides the drop weight, it only really works in World 1. World 2 doesn't really matter. World 3 doesn't really matter. All right, we can all agree that it's not the greatest, okay? Next, we have Armadillo. Armadillo gives +1 base damage for every 10 max HP you have. Also gives you 2 helping hearts because he loves you. I mean, I would say Armadillo, unless you're going like a hard health build, it's not really that strong. And for it to be truly good, you kind of need the RNG items to be. I think we're going with B tier. So Armadillo is going to be B tier. Chat, we got Battery. Attack's abilities, cooldowns are plus 25% faster and scale up as you level. I love this ability. Yeah, okay. Well, if we're taking everything into consideration as a whole, not just like the 1% scenarios, Armadillo and Battery are around the same level. The ability cooldown is nice, but in retrospect, you do need a really high mana pool in order to use it properly. So I think B tier, chat. Pig Belly is a big one. I might be a little bit biased on this one, but I love Pig Belly. Food heal, 20% more effective, and immediately drops 2 food items. You can use this literally in any other dungeon. Any dungeon it works. It's insane in World 2 dungeons. It's super clutch in World 2 dungeons. And it's also really nice in World 1 because it doesn't use so many food when you're trying to progress. I honestly, you guys are going to hate me for this. Big ol' belly, God tier. Blood Vial, plus 2% damage for every 1% health missing, up to 30%. Having more of this item only increases max cap. I think it is really hard to keep low health. Honestly, once you get to that rank, it's really hard to get low health. Not F tier. It's definitely useful. It's 100% useful. We're gonna have it as C tier. Boss Skull increases your total percent damage. I believe it scales up to 44% at max level. I don't think it's God tier. So here's the thing: if it did bosses and giant monsters, I would honestly give it God tier. But since it only does bosses, I'm gonna say it's A tier. Can of Varnish. Rusty Blade gives 30% more base damage. Also comes with 1 Rusty Blade. What a deal. It's decent, but it's not something that you're really going to be using all the time. Especially because it's only base damage. It's not total damage percent, but it's not something that you're going to necessarily prioritize. So I would say it's kind of the same deal as Armadillo, and I would say it's going to be B tier. Deadbook is an interesting one. It gives you plus 0% or 0.5% damage and crit chance for each monster type you defeat, even before getting this. The only time you're actually going to be using this is if you actually have Hornful. Yeah, let's go with C. Decaf Latte increases the skilling speed. Decaf Latte is useless in World 1, but super good in World 2 and 3. You can use it everywhere. Bowman approves. Decaf Latte is what helps you win in getting 3rd snake. If you don't have Decaf Latte going for 3rd snake, you're usually boned. I think B tier is definitely a good place to have it. All right, so we got Fashion Sense next. Equipment drops being a higher rarity will happen 25% more. Fashion Sense sucks so bad. Garbage thing you'll ever get. You will choose anything over Fashion Sense hands down. This is just a big old F tier. Genesis Sphere. Choosing a gray rarity RNG item has an 18.5% chance to drop a new gray RNG item up to 60%. If you get Genesis Sphere with RNG voucher, this Genesis Sphere is literally godlike. It is literally the cream of the creme for the RNG voucher build. This is 100% God tier. This is something that you want to prioritize if you have it. Easy God tier. Genesis Sphere. The Golden Dice, chat, gives you a chance to get an additional loot die based on how much cash you have at the end. The chances of it actually working are so low that it's like last decision C tier. It's a utility. It's not meant for progression. Grey Grumblo increases your damage plus 40%, and you have all RNG items selected are gray rarity. It's a beginner build. If you only run this, you're going to have good runs, but you're also very reliant on these runs. Grey Grumblo is not god tier because it ruins like over half of the RNG items, and especially if you have them all unlocked, then it's not going to be good. But great beginner item. Fantastic, easy A tier. Handy Ice Pick. Handy Ice Pick, regular attacks have a plus 25% chance to hit an additional line of damage. And I believe max level it's 44%. I would say easy god tier. Double damage. Easy. Easy double damage. No doubt. Helping Heart increases your max HP by 2. I mean, it's okay. But for the most part, I would say it's kind of like if you have nothing else to pick, this is something that you're going to be picking for sure. So we're going to give it the C tier. The Horn Bull, dude. Horn of the Foal. I think this is no competition. I think this is easy F tier. All right. We know it's trash. We all know it's garbage. We all know you hate it. It sucks. No, it's easy god tier, chat. Easy god tier, all right?
Liar's Craps. Minus 15% drop rate, minus 15% max HP.
I don't think this is a good item.
It has its goods and it has its bads, but I would say it more leans towards C tier, just because you are going to be taking a lot of other things over Liar's Craps, personally. MP Crystal. MP is Bay in this game, and also, the higher MP you have, the faster your mana regenerates. I would definitely say, and it's a very common item to get. My personal opinion, it's better than health, because you can't use abilities with your health. Mana Crystal, A tier. Muscle Memory is an interesting one. Each skilling action you perform increases your damage by 0.5% up to 50%. I would say it's probably like it's damage, but it's not crazy. A Muscle Memory, C tier. Ninja Smoke sucks. Gives you 1.5 seconds of invincibility time whenever you get hit. So Ninja Smoke is gonna be hard F tier for me, dude. Handlet. Handlet is OP as hell, bro. I can't tell you how many things I've completed just because I had enough pan. Increases your block chance by 2%. Panlid, A tier. Plump Dice. Gives you a chance to get additional loot dice based on how much HP you have at the end. I would say this lines up the same with the money die, honestly. C tier. Rabbit's Paw, just a flat rate increased drop rate. That's where I would put it. I would put it in like C to B tier. We'll put it at B. It's slightly better. Recycler drops a new RNG item to pick up 5% drop an additional RNG item. You have it with Genesis Sphere. It's insane. It's insane with Genesis Sphere. Easy reroll and possible double. Recycler, A tier. RNG voucher. Selling any enhancer has a 10% to drop an RNG item of one choice. RNG voucher is the only item that truly gets you out of the Grey Grumblo build. It's on its own tier. It is god tier. It is. I should just make another tier that just says RNG voucher. Critful can have high ass damage, but RNG voucher breaks runs. Rusty Blade, it's all right. It's not great. It's damage. I'm trying not to be biased about this because I'm a Maestro main and I use the Celtic Ordeals. So Rusty Blade is a lot more important to me than it is you filthy barbarians or your filthy squires. To look in a non-biased scenario, I would say it's a B tier. Sandals, movement speed, I would say it's a C tier. Sharp Eye. Sharp Eye increases critical hit chance by 3%. And I believe it gets up to like 6% at max level. It's literally the staple in order to make Horn of the Foal actually good. I would say it's not necessarily god tier because it's not enough crit chance, but I would say it's easy enough to stack that you can get a good fat amount of crit chance. So I would say it's A tier. Shattered Mirror. So Shattered Mirror, whenever you cast an ability, 25% chance to cast it again shortly after for no mana cost. Considering classes as a whole, it's really good on Squire. It's insane on Barb and Squire. It's insane on Wizard. Wizard is nasty, especially the no mana cost. I'm going to say it right now, since it only works for a couple of classes, it's not god tier. I would say it's a strong A tier, though. Single Cut. So Single Cut takes 10 damage, you gain plus 6% damage. Also 90% chance this item will drop on the floor again. And then it goes plus 2% damage for each level, and I believe it goes up to like 9%. Since it can be stacked so high and it can be blocked, I would say it's an A tier. And it's percent damage. It's not base damage, it's percent damage. We're going to go Single Cut A tier. A lot of people like it. Sneaky Cap. For every minute you go undamaged, 2% crit rate, up to 30% chance. The general public takes damage. So technically, since there's not 10 minutes in a map anymore, Sneaky Cap has taken a nerf. Since we're not talking about the 1%, we're talking about the 99%.
Sneaky Cap C tier. If it was 30 seconds, then it would probably be B tier. Spare change, sorry. Every 30 seconds, if you're standing still, you'll notice some cash on the floor. It's just on a 30-second timer, and if you stand still on the 29th second and the 30-second carries over and then money drops, that's a B tier. This is free money. This is free real estate. Yeah, this is B tier. 100% spare change B tier. Spiky Spine. Whenever you get hit, deal 120% damage to that monster. If you block, deal a critical hit. It's a good item to pick up, but it's not like it's going to be. Spiky Spine B tier. Stone of the Bulwark. Minus 85% attack speed and mana regen, but it gives you plus 25% block chance and 300% damage. I think it's one of the worst legendaries, if not the worst RNG item in the game. It needs to be reworked for sure. Stone of the Bulwark F. We're going to have a lot of talk about this book. After all things considered, I will veto my ranking of Dead Book and we'll bring it to B. Sucker Punch increases critical damage by 25%. Sucker Punch is B tier. It's not a bad ability to get, but it's only bringing stuff to the table if you do have a crit chance. Stardew Drop, my favorite item in the game, increases damage by 50% if MP is full. So I'm sorry, Chad. I'm biased about it. I'm gonna keep it at it's S tier. Sugar Rush increases your attack speed. God tier. Sugar Rush is like literally the staple to win games. Tax Ledger. Monsters drop plus 8% more cash to spend at NPC shops. Tax Ledger is more of a niche item. Tax Ledger is definitely a C tier. Thorny Rose. Plus 10 max HP, but you take 6 damage. It's just not good. It's extra health, but you take damage. It's meh. That's all it is. It's just meh. There's a lot of things on C tier that I'd take over Thorny Rose any day of the week, and it's an uncommon rarity, so it's just like, yeah, woo. I think it's an F tier. We have Tortoise Shell. Each time you get hit, plus 0.1% block chance up to a max of 5%. Every level increases that cap. I mean, unless you're going for a block chance build, which is definitely more than possible, it could be B tier. But I would say for the most part, it's going to probably be a C tier. Transmogrifier Box. Lose all gray RNG items that you have just one of and get a new one of each one you lost. Could be great, but it could be your worst item. Very dependent on circumstances. This is kind of like a last resort sort of situation. To be an S tier, but it also has the potential to be an F tier. So I would say it's an RNG item that's just B tier. Unbalanced Scale. All items you can sell are worth 20% more. Bro, that's so much money. It has the synergy. It should be a B tier. Vampire Fangs. Whenever you kill a monster, 50% chance to heal 1 HP. So there's not even a 100% chance that you will get a health back from kill. Yeah, we can agree that it's C tier. This is the tier list that we have made, that we have come up with. We have RNG Voucher, Piggo Belly, Genesis Sphere, Handy Ice Pick, Horn of the Full, Stardew Drop, and Sugar Rush at God tier. I think all the items are absolutely fantastic. I think you should always take these whenever you have the chance. I feel like a lot of us would agree. A tier, we have Boss Skull, Grey Grumblo, Mana Crystal, Pan Lid, Recycler, Shop Eye, Shattered Mirror, and Single Cut. I think these are also really good items. I mean, these are also items that you're going to choose over a lot of other things. Let's be real. They're all solid. They'll all work out great. B tier, the middle of the pack, you got Armadillo, Battery, Can of Varnish, Decaf Latte, Rabbit's Paw, Rusty Blade, Spare Change, Spiky Spine, Dead Book, Sucker Punch, Transmogrifier Box, and Unbalanced Scale. All of these are decent. If you don't have anything else to choose, they are middle of the pack. They're not terrible. They're not great. It's decent. They're just decent. C tier, we have Angel Light, Blood Vial, Golden Dice, Plump Dice, Helping Heart, Liar's Craps, Muscle Memory, Sandals, Sneaky Cap, Tax Ledger, Tortoise Shell, and Vampire Fang. These are things that you're not necessarily going to take, or they're way too niche to take in the first place, such as Golden Die or Plump Die. You're going to be using those for farming. You're not necessarily going to be using those for progression. But, you know, they're not super bad to take. If you do take them, like we said again, it's not going to ruin your run. But there's definitely a ton of other items that you would take over these. And F tier, Ninja Smoke, Fashion Sense, Stone of the Bulwark, and Bloody Rose, or Thorny Rose. These are the ones that you just don't take. These are the ones that suck. Don't take these. Don't touch these. These are horrible. I'd rather just leave these on the ground than not take them. That's how I feel about these items. I would literally just not even take them whatsoever. But thank you so much, guys, for joining me. I hope you guys had fun. I hope you guys agree with this tier list. Griffy's tier list sucks. Rate 1 started.
Oh, that tier list was pretty good, don't you think? I thought it was pretty good. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys learned a few things. And tell me what you think. If you agree with the tier list, like I said, we'll have the 2-hour video in the description below. And as finishing off this editing of the video, we managed to hit 700 subscribers. That may not be a lot, but you know what? That's a lot to me. So thank you so much to all the legends that have subbed. Tune in next week when we do our next IdleOn video, and check me out on Twitch. We do lots of streaming there, and we do lots of IdleOn. You know, we're getting to World 4 here pretty soon, so we're going to be streaming lots of that. Anyways, guys, thank you so much again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.